back to the class. In today's lesson, we're going to continue what we have discussed in the previous meeting in news item subject. In the previous meeting, we have discussed about the generic structure, social function, and also the language feature of news item. One of the language feature that commonly used in news item is direct and indirect speech. But we have discussed about that in the previous class in our second grade. So in today's lesson, we're going to continue discussing about news item, about elliptical construction in news item. Okay, so before going further to that explanation, let me tell you the objective of this class. In today's lesson, at the end of the class, the lesson expects the student to be able to recognize the proper use of elliptical construction in news item. And then number two, the students are expected to be able to understand the meaning of elliptical sentence correctly. And then last one, the objective of the class is the students are expected to be able to write the sentence using elliptical construction in a proper way. Okay, let's talk about elliptical constructions. In the very beginning, have you ever read a news? Of course, yes, right? You can commonly find news in website and also in newspaper or news broadcasting in the television or radio. So what do you think about the language they use? About the language they use in the news itself? Of course, it's unique, simple. It's pretty much like any sentence or any word that you can find in everyday life, right? So as we already learned about the previous lesson, news item has its own aspect of language. One of them, it should be concise, it should be direct, or the language in the news should be as clear as possible, and it also should be as short as possible. So how do we write something like that? One of the way, in order to have a concise, clear, and short sentence in the news item is using elliptical construction. So what is actually elliptical construction? Elliptical construction is used to join sentences that have the same grammatical form. The purpose of using elliptical construction is a sentence to omit in a sentence is to omit the unnecessary repetition word in order to make the sentence more concise or more brief or more simple, right? So basically, the word, the material about elliptical construction is it's pretty much the same with a parallelism, right? So there are two ways of how you combine word in elliptical construction. Number one, we use combination of two equal sentences. What we mean by two equal sentence is the sentence that has the same has an equal form, like they want to talk about positive or negative. For example, Amel like reading, okay, and Ellen like reading. Henry like reading, for example. So the word of Henry likes reading, Ellen likes reading, for example, and Amel likes reading is an equal, right? Because all of them like the same thing. So that's what we call an equal sentence. In vice versa, an equal sentence means the sentence has like contradictory. For example, Henry likes reading, Ellen likes eating, for example. So it's a different combination. That's what we call it an equal sentence, right? So let's discuss number one, the combination of two equal sentences. In this case, elliptical constructions is used to combine two equal positive or negative sentences. The conjunction that is used to combine the two sentences is the word and. Okay, the word and. In general, there are two ways, or there are two types of elliptical construction for this case. It can use so and to, or either and neither. So the first one is a positive sentence, and especially for neither, it used to express a negative sentence. Right. Pay attention to the example below. Example number 1, it's for positive sentence. Japan could have nuclear plant. Right? Japan could have a nuclear plant. In the sentence 2, Indonesia could have a nuclear plant. So both Japan and Indonesia could have a nuclear plant. So using elliptical construction, if you want to write in a news item, then you need to make it shorter, right? So using elliptical constructions, sentence 1, Japan could have a nuclear plant, and so could Indonesia. Or you can use Japan could have nuclear plant and Indonesia could too, for example. So the word of so and to can be used in order to express both similarity between Indonesia and Japan, for example. So the main verb is modal verb like could, right? So the elliptical construction in the sentence use the same modal verb like could. So for example, Japan could, Indonesian could, then we need to combine both of these kind of sentence, both phrase, and then make it in one sentence. It's become Japan could have a nuclear plant and so could Indonesia, or Japan could have a nuclear plant and Indonesia could too, for example. And that is how you actually express the positive sentence in elliptical constructions in a news item, right? Okay, let's step ahead to the negative sentence. While in a negative sentence, for example, we used the word neither mostly in order to express that this is in a negative form. For example, the teacher did not find the student guilty, right? The principal did not find the student guilty. So both have an equal level of the sentence, right? Both sentence express that the student is not guilty, for example, but they express it in negative word because did not find. They use the word did not find the student guilty. So in order to use this, in order to shorten this kind of sentence, we use the word neither, for example. For example, the principal did not find the student guilty and neither did the teacher, right? Or you can use the second form, like the principal did not find the student guilty and the teacher didn't either. So in order to combine this sentence, because it is in negative form, we need to use the word neither, right? Or did not either, right? So there are certain note that you guys need to pay attention, because the main verb in the sentence is in the past form, right? Did not prove, not doesn't prove. Thus, the auxiliary verb used in elliptical construction should be in the past form. So we cannot use like doesn't prove, for example, because elliptical construction require us to use past form. So we use did, for example, in order to express this kind of negative sentence, right? Okay. Next we talk about combination of two sentences that are in contrast to another. So it is unequal sentence. So this combination of two sentences have different form from positive one, right? So the conjunction that is used combine the two sentences is but or while. So there are two word that mostly used in order to combine the two sentences if it is unequal. number one, we can use but, or we also can use while. So take a look at the example below. Sentence 1, the price of the imported product increased. So that is the sentence 1. Sentence 2, the price of the local product did not increase. So there is a contrast between sentence number 1 and the sentence number 2, right? The price of international or an imported product increased, and the price of the local product did not increase, which means that there is an equality between both sentences, right? So using elliptical constructions, we can shorten or we can make it more concise by the word but or while. So the sentence could be like this: the price of the imported product increased, but the local product did not. Or you can use the second sentence like, the price of the imported product increased while the local product did not. Right. Since the sentence in the past tense says, the auxiliary verb is also used in the past form is did not, right? Because elliptical construction, again, elliptical construction require us to use past form instead of present form, for example, right? Okay. Take a look at the example number 2. The director was interested in the proposal. Sentence 2, the investor was not interested in the proposal. So again, there is a contradictory between the director and investor. The director interested in the proposal, the investor was not interested in the proposal. So the director was interested and the investor did not interested. So there is an inequality between director and investor. So using elliptical construction, in order to combine these two sentences is pretty much, the sentence will look like pretty much like this: the director was interested in the proposal while the investor was not. Or it also could be like, the director was interested in the proposal but the investor was not. So in order to combine that sentence, we need to mind what kind of auxiliary verb that used, right? In this sentence, the auxiliary used is was. That's why it was not did not, right? Dia pakai was not bukan did not, because the auxiliary that used in the first sentence is also was interested, right? Okay, so I think that is all for today's lesson. I hope you guys understand. In order to ensure whether you guys are understand or not, I have provided an exercise for you to do by your own. And also, if you still have any question regarding this, put the question in the comment sections, or you also can contact me in my personal WhatsApp, or you also can mobilize your question to Google Classroom that we have provided, right, to the designated Google Classroom. Okay, I think that is all. So the key point today is number 1, the function of elliptical construction is to reduce the repetitions by combining sentence with the same part of grammar, or with the same grammatical level. And then number 2, using elliptical construction can also make news shorter and direct and more concise, right? Okay, so in order to use the combinations of equal sentence, we use so, to, either, or neither. If we want to use the combination of two unequal sentence, or two sentences that are contrast to one another, we use but or while. Okay, remember this type of word like but, while, to, and so, either, neither, it is not limited only to this what we call it, like to these elliptical constructions. In order to, if you want to find another word in order to express elliptical constructions, you will find hundreds of it. You will find a lot of it. So means that what we are studying right now is only an example. It's only some part of example for you to understand how to use it properly, right? But if you can find other elliptical construction word letter, it's not wrong, right? It can be correct. So you just need to have like a good analysis first, or a good understanding on how to use elliptical construction and what kind of elliptical construction that need to be used in this item, right? Okay, I think that is all, everyone. Thank you for your attention today, and see you in the next material. Bye bye for now.